I think that many gender differences are the result of how media, like movies and television and stories, really just in any form, have taught both of the genders to be. It just occurred to me, like I just had the random thought about some people who years and years ago used to be my friends, and at one point I just cut them off because I was fed up. Um, a lot of different things had happened, but I realized today that it had been a long while since I had thought of them at all. I just don't think of them anymore. And I knew this was eventually going to happen, but there was a time where I thought about them every single day. And I couldn't, it seemed like I couldn't stop. But I knew that one day, this would happen because it was never real in the first place. Our friendships were never real, and that was part of the reason that I ended up cutting them off. I think that I've seen things on, basically mostly on TikTok, but I think that men are not taught how to have friends in the same way that women are. And what I mean by that is the kind of media that is for a male audience. There is usually one character, like there is the main character, and it's about that character and their journey and their struggle and their fight or whatever. Their hero's journey, right? That is what is made for male audiences. It's like a single lone male figure. And he might have a sidekick or something, but he doesn't really have a friend. He might have allies, he might have brothers, but he doesn't have a friend. So men, like a lot of men, you realize they're obsessed with this idea of brotherhood, like having other guys that are trusted, but they're obsessed with the idea of brotherhood, but not with the idea of friendship. And that's basically what I'm pointing out here is, like, you can watch as many war movies as you want, and you can have these war buddies or guys around you that are your buddies and your pal, like not really your pals, but like they're your homeboys or whatever that means, but they're not really your friends because you were never really taught how to have friends. And even if you were, there's a good chance that they don't really know how to have friends either. And it's just, maybe you hang out and you spend a lot of time together, but you're not really friends. With girls media, they actually get taught how to have friends. Like, the first thing that comes to mind, and I don't know much about My Little Pony, but it's the first thing that comes to mind, because it's like friendship is magic. And something else that comes to mind, which I actually am more familiar with, is this comic series called Cursed Princess Club. And to my knowledge, those series they're about, friendships and relationships, basically. And people, like in this Cursed Princess Club comic, which is actually really good and funny, like it's actually really funny, but the target audience is like teenage girls, but it's seriously like a really funny and good comic. Like, you should look it up if you have nothing better to do and want to see something entertaining. But it's all about like love and friendship and being nice and kind to each other. And when I think about it, men's media doesn't really have anything like that. It's just not really the focus. And people kind of point out women tend to focus on relationships with people, and men tend to focus on things. And our quote unquote friendships kind of revolve around something fun, like a video game, right? That was my situation. Basically, you can play as many video games as you want with somebody, and they might be your gaming buddy, but that doesn't mean that they're your friend, because you might not even know what it actually is like to actually have a friend. Even if that person is somebody that you hang out with all the time, and you would trust them, like, there's something lacking there. And like maybe like you play the game every night with them or whatever, but there's something lacking there. And like I saw this one TikTok where like this whole thing had gone, like people were talking about this one TikTok, because what happened is this guy was asking his buddies, like he was quizzing them on questions about himself, because there's this joke that men don't know anything about their friends. And part of this is just because, honestly, like this is something that I honestly don't like it when women get too mad about it, because men, the way that we work is we don't need to know information if it's not relevant. If I don't celebrate your birthday, you don't celebrate my birthday, we don't need to know each other's birthday. Or maybe we do, and maybe that goes against everything that I've been talking about so far. But like the thing is if it's not relevant information, then we don't need to know. But this situation on TikTok was another level, because this guy was quizzing his friends, and he was asking them about this period. Like, he broke up with this girl, and he was asking them, like, what was her name, I think it was. And one of the guys was like, I didn't even know you had broke up with this girl, you even had a girlfriend. Like, they don't know anything about each other. And that's the big issue. It's like, you don't even, there might be, I don't know how to explain it. It's not even a real friendship. I don't think that there's a difference between male and female friendships. I just think that a lot of so-called male friendships aren't really friendships at all. And I guess that's what I'm talking about right now. It's just, I'm just realizing, like, it's just not even a thing much of the time. And because I'm just been sitting here thinking about, the difference in between how I interact with girls and how I interact with guys. And I think that part of it is guys are so afraid of, well, hold on, let me just back up. So with the differences with how I interact with girls and how I interact with guys, there's almost like no interaction with a lot of guys that I know, because I don't really know what's wrong. It's like guys don't know how to take anything seriously sometimes, and so or like they're afraid to actually take things seriously. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. And like the way that I get treated by other guys is not very respectful. Like, it's not like in a basic human way. And I don't really know how to explain that either. They might like me and, like, not to use a weird word, but like adore me or something. They might love me in some way. But I'm basically not being treated properly like a person. More like a character. And that's kind of a general problem with people, like men and women. But it's definitely a lot worse with guys. And there's generally just this disconnect with other guys. I don't know entirely what it is here, but I do get along with women a lot better. The problem is just that the last few times I have wanted to be just friends with women. They didn't want that. They wanted something else than that. So, or like in one case, I wanted something else, and the other person, like they were interested in me first, so then I gained interest, but then they lost theirs. So because of like the sexual stuff, I guess, it kind of prevents like an actual friendship from forming. And then I just don't have like I don't connect with the guys either. Like, and the thing is the most that I can the most that I can connect with guys is by talking about video games. And that's like the thing. It's like all we know how to do is talk about things, like whether it's like video games or movies or cars or something. I don't even like cars. I'm just saying, like, guys don't, they're not like people focused. They're just like, it's like this mental illness thing. And I don't really know what the dealio here is. I think that part of the problem too is that if you're not nonchalant enough about your friendship with the bros, then people are just gonna think that you're gay, because I don't know, they just will. Like, everything's gay now. Apparently people in the past, in some, I heard this one time, and it may not even be true, but in the past, like, men could be a lot more affectionate with each other because there wasn't such a consciousness of the concept of homosexuality, so men weren't as insecure about it. I think it's weird how for men it's always either an insecure thing, or the insecurity is like battled through humor. But for women, there's just none of that ever. Like, nobody cares if you, well, I guess I don't know what it's like to be a lesbian. I was gonna say nobody cares what if you're a lesbian, but that's not true. Though I think that it's probably worse to be a gay male than to be a lesbian. Like, you're probably treated worse. So I don't have male friends or female friends for different reasons. Well, I keep pausing the recording and just thinking, but I guess I'm kind of about out of thoughts in that area. You know, it's just that so I'm recording this on a Sunday afternoon right now, and really it's just I've kind of been sitting around all day long, playing a bit of Metal Gear Solid, and I kind of just keep thinking about work because I kind of just want to go back to work. And whenever I'm at work, I wish I was at home with the opportunity to rest, but you know, there's not really anything for me to do. I just kind of feel trapped. I feel so trapped. I am so trapped in my life, and I don't know what to do or where to go, because I feel like I have nothing, there's nothing in this world that is offered to me. This world doesn't reward people like me. It doesn't, it's just not built for me. It's like okay, so if you're a gamer, like, if you're the kind of person that likes playing first person shooters, it's like being stuck in a racing game and you don't like racing games. That's where I'm at right now. I don't know. And it's like nothing is interesting to me And you go on like TikTok or whatever, and there's all these people that they're like, you need to set goals and like go do this. What am I setting a goal for? What's the reward? I don't understand. Like, what am I supposed to be getting out of this? Um, I don't know. It's like there's just no. I'm not really interested in like different things, and yeah, I mean, it's just a lack of interest in not finding things fun and whatever. And it's like so basic too. It's like I don't even have an interest in I don't know. I don't know. I just don't really care. That's all. Um, and that, that's a big part of it too. Is just the not caring about the stuff that everybody else cares about. It's a huge barrier. And then I care about things that other people don't care about. So I don't know. You know, these recordings are how I'm giving myself a sense of purpose and joy, and so some kind of socialization by putting my voice out here so that people can listen. But I guess that's it. That's about all I have.